question first.
Perfect.
I'm better to have the audience here.
Here we go. Hold up.
Oh,
Hat.
so give me the countdown.
Hat. Hat.
Cut.
Ladies and gentlemen, live on Staten Island, it's the Staten Island Comedy Show with your host, Nevin! Cummings! All right!
Hey, Coscia, ladies
Wow.
and gentlemen, and welcome to the Staten Island Comedy Show.
We made it!
100 shows, Frank.
Yes!
100th show. So please stay tuned tonight. We got a lot of comedians. But you know what,
You
Frank?
think Saturday Night Live is watching us again?
I don't know, but you know this
Yeah,
guy, he's going to the park. Right?
Get out.
Yeah, and he sees this girl reading a book in the park.
He wrote it?
No, she sees the girl
Oh.
reading the book. He goes up to her and says, "Staten Island, what are you reading?" So the girl says, "Oh, this is a book about sexual satisfaction, and you know who makes the best lovers."
Wow.
So she says, "Well, the best lovers are Polish and American Indian men."
Huh.
So the girl turns around and says, "My name is Jill. What's yours?" And he says, "My name is Flying Cloud Kowalski. Nice to meet you."
Yeah.
Woo.
Wow.
Flying Cloud, Fred. They call me Flying Cloud.
Flying Cloud.
Yeah. So anyway,
Wow, that's
Fred,
fun. Flying Cloud.
Fred, we're gonna have a big show tonight.
Huge
100
show.
shows. What? 100. This is our 100 show. Yes, we've been stalking Staten Island for 100 shows.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
All right, Fred.
And we got a great co-host tonight.
Oh yeah, Raquel.
Raquel.
Rain.
On the 100th show.
On 100 shows.
Great crowd. Waiting to hear us sing.
I know, so it's going to be awesome. Okay, but without further ado,
Without ado.
Freddie Coscia.
Yeah! All right. Yes.
Stunning. Wow.
Okay, so Raquel,
Yes.
ladies, how
Yes.
you doing?
I'm feeling great.
All right, you're gonna do some singing for us tonight?
Yes, I
You're gonna
am.
help me co-host this 100th episode of the Staten Island Comedy Show?
Yes. How does it feel?
Feels great. It feels like I've aged 100 years. But anyway, we have to get along because we got a lot of comedians tonight. So our first comedian is Tony Papadog. Oh, Tony Papadog, ladies and gentlemen. All right, good. So Tony, where are you from?
I was born and raised in Queens, but I live in the Bronx now.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
It only took me a week to get here.
How long have you been doing comedy?
About 4 or 5 years.
Oh, awesome.
Well, I mean, all my life, but professionally, about 4 or 5 years.
And who is your favorite comedian?
I don't have one.
Okay. What beliefs set you apart from other comedians?
What belief sets me apart from other comedians? I couldn't answer that question.
Okay, well,
You see for yourself. That's something you're going to see for yourself. You tell me if I set myself apart.
okay, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Waiting tables.
Okay, yeah, I know, comedians, struggling comedians.
Yeah.
They have to do what they got to do.
Either that or in the grave. I'm a married man.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, where can we find you? On Facebook and stuff like that?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram, on Facebook. On Instagram, Tony Papadog. On Facebook, it's T Papadog. TPAPADOG.
Okay, awesome. So you have 5 minutes set for us?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm gonna
Tony,
give you guys,
Papa Dog!
Yeah.
Woo.
Thanks, man.
Right.
Is this on?
Yeah, it's on.
Cool.
Just don't hear it.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Hey.
All right, like I said, my name is Tony Papadog. I grew up in Queens. I live in the Bronx. I was trying to get to Westchester, but my wallet said, no, you stop in the Bronx. Halloween's among us. Fans of Halloween?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of Halloween. I don't like Halloween. Halloween was very rough for me when I was a child. We didn't have much money when growing up. My mom always used to wait till the last day to buy our Halloween costumes. Oh, I can hear myself.
Yeah.
And, sorry. I don't know about you guys, but back in 1970-something, dressing up as Princess Leia was not Can I take that over? Can I start over? Okay, sorry. Hey, how's everybody doing tonight? Great, my name is Tony Papadog. It only took me a week to get here. I was clean shaven when I left the Bronx. I hate Halloween. We didn't have much money growing up, so my mom would wait till the last day to get us our costumes. Slim pickings, last day of getting your costumes. Imagine what a 5-year-old boy looks like dressed up as Princess Leia. Pretty hard going trick-or-treating. Not too bad now, but in 70-something, it wasn't good. Any parents? Yeah? I'm not a parent. I don't like children. I have 2 dogs. I think dogs are better than kids. My dog will never grow up and tell me to go screw myself. My dog will never knock on the door and say, Daddy, what are you doing to Mommy? She'll just bust in and look at me. Thanks. Why am I blanking on my set? Sorry, guys. Sometimes I suck. Sometimes I don't. But I can't think of my jokes right now. Weed is legal. That's obvious. It's the reason I'm forgetting half my jokes. I grew up Greek. Any Greeks in the house? No, that's a shock. Growing up Greek, you realize 2 things. One, that you're not white. And 2, that you're low-level white. Nobody seems to get that, but my Puerto Rican friends. I moved into Throgs Neck. Big Irish community in Throgs Neck. They didn't know what the hell to make of me. They actually thought I was Puerto Rican. Until Easter came around. And they realized I was Greek. You know what Greeks do for Easter? Nobody? Anybody? Yeah, we kill animals. And we cook them in our front yard. Oh boy, ever talk about going to Staten Island bombing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's happening right now. Somebody hit my pot. Let's reconvene. Married people? Any married people? Give me a round of applause. No, that's what I usually get out of married people. It's the, I get it. I've been married for 17 years. My wife doesn't like me, I don't like my wife. Pandemic came around. Things got better between me and my wife. My wife started having sex with me. Do you believe that? Neither did I. Until it happened. Pandemic brought out a lot of things. Brought back a lot of things. Bush came back. Not George Bush. There wasn't much money for the pandemic. Couldn't go out, couldn't get your nails done. Where the hell am I going with this? Whatever, man. If I end up on the cutting room floor, I end up on the cutting room floor. Give me a boom, boom, boom. That's it. I just wanted to hear that. Yeah, man. I forgot my whole set. I got 1 minute. 1 minute. Thanks. Cut me off now. Do what my wife does. Give me a slap on the booty and tell me to go home. Get the hell out of the room. Oh, man. Thank God it's not the Tonight Show. Yeah, I really got nothing else to say, man. I forgot my whole set and I feel embarrassed, but I couldn't care less. I'm going back to the Bronx with my tail between my legs. Have a good night, everybody.
All right.
That was something.
Yes, that was amazing.
Amazing. Raquel, we have our next guest.
Yes, hello. Tell us, what is your name?
Hi, my name is Jerry, but I go by Big Red.
Oh, why the big red?
I used to have red hair, as you can tell.
Oh,
Yes.
You can see it here a little bit. I grew it out just so you guys can see it.
yes, okay, very nice. So where are you from?
From the Bronx as well.
Oh, give it up for the Bronx.
Yeah. In the house, yeah.
Yeah, thank you for coming all the way down here.
Yeah.
So how long have you been doing comedy?
So about 4 or 5 years.
Wow,
Yeah.
nice. Do you have a favorite joke?
I do.
Really? Are you
I
gonna
do.
tell us tonight?
I
wanna-
cannot say the joke.
Why?
It's a little bit racy.
Oh, we like nodding in here.
Yeah, yeah, maybe I'll tell you afterwards. yeah.
Okay. All right. Hey, do you hate when people ask you to say something funny?
Yes, I do. So,
Really?
yeah, but I have an answer for them.
Okay.
Here's when it's my next show. Okay, your ticket, here you go. Watch me there. You're gonna see tons of jokes.
I love that you have a response for that.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice. Okay. Do you have any dark secrets?
Dark secrets.
Yeah.
Everybody has dark secrets.
Okay. Tell us one.
It's in the deep ocean, I can't.
Oh. All right. Well, what do you think sets you apart from other comedians?
My story. Yeah. Every comedian has a story, but my story is, I would say, very unique.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Absolutely.
Would you say that it came from hardships in your life?
It came just from life being life.
Life
You know,
being life.
you know, it's everybody's story is unique, but mine is especially unique.
If you could give it to us in a nutshell, could you?
In a nutshell, I would say strange.
Strange.
Strange upbringing.
All right.
Where can they find you?
Uh,
Show. I
Yeah,
can't get the words
yeah.
out.
You can find me on Instagram. I go by BigRed_comedy.
Okay.
You have 5 minutes for us?
Let's go. Good evening, guys. Look at these beautiful people right here. Give yourselves a hand for coming out here tonight. It's tough to do comedy recently because I had a death in the family, so comedy has become a hard thing to do recently. But it's weird because in my culture, one person doesn't die when someone dies. It's usually 3. It's never 2. It's never 4. And it's never my ex-wife. I don't know why. She should be going soon. She should be going. You can't tell by looking at me, but my mom is black. And so when people look at me, they automatically assume that my father is obviously a criminal. Which he is. He's a criminal. My mom had me at a very young age, which is what sets me apart. My mom had me at an age where she could use the easy bake oven, but not the real oven. Yeah, so I had cookies for breakfast, cookies for lunch. But for dinner, she always used to go all out and used to make us French fries and chicken, made out of Play-Doh, but still chicken and French fries. It's good, it's good. She had very strict rules though. As we were growing up, she said, you know, whenever we were in daycare, I was not allowed to sit at her table. She didn't want us to share the same friends. Kicked me out of the table, messing up my groove. Yeah, it was hard. But you know, growing up, I got to go to high school before I went to play school or preschool. Yeah, right before first school to high school first. But my mom decided that she was not going to have any boyfriends because she was just dating my friends. I thought she needed to stop that. She needed to stop that. So she decided that she was not going to date any more men. No more men in her life. No more men. So I started to have Uncle Tom, Uncle Tony coming over, Uncle John. I never met those guys before, but apparently they're all my uncles.
Wow.
Yeah, it happens sometimes. It happens. Oh, man. Yeah, I have a daughter now, and I'm trying to keep her away from that kind of stuff. But her mom took her away from me, and she moved her to the capital of Puerto Rico. And for you guys who don't know where the capital of Puerto Rico is in Orlando, Florida. It's down there. Apparently everybody's there. Yeah, mostly everybody lives there. So I had her here for the summer. They brought her over here for the summer. And it used to be a bring your daughter to work day, but now it's bring your child to work day. So you can torture your kids equally, right? And so I brought her to work. She was great, fantastic, right? She was learning all the things. I do marketing during the day. I brought her in. I was working on a project. I did the project. She helped me on the project because I wanted her to learn a little bit about it. When you do a project, you have to do two pieces. One, so they can decide which one you want to see, right? So she said, if I do one piece and you do one piece and my piece wins, can you take me to Sesame Place? I said, sure, no problem. It's no big deal. What can an 8-year-old do, right? She did her piece. I did my piece. We submitted both. Do you guys know whose piece won? Her piece. Her piece won. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I was so proud to tell her, hey daughter, guess what? I'm so happy to tell you, you lost. Couldn't beat me. I'm not giving up my job to an 8-year-old. That's crazy. Yeah. Until a couple of weeks ago when she called me. Apparently the marketing scheme was supposed to be local. It landed in Puerto Rico, aka Orlando, Florida. So she calls me, she's calling me. I'm not picking up the phone because I'm at work. So she sends me a picture. What's this? It's the thing that she designed. She's like, I won my money in perpetuity. I'm like, stop cursing at your father. Oh, call me that. So I now have to go back to Florida and she wants to go to SeaWorld. I have to make up an excuse as to why we can't go to SeaWorld. Oh, man. Yeah, man, so living in the Bronx is hard, you know. I had a couple of friends who went to jail for selling drugs in the streets, right? And that's very hard to do. They went to jail, they came out, they were reformed. Now they're selling drugs in the street legally. Weed is legal now, so they can sell them. But anyway, my name is Big Red. Thank you so much, guys.
Right. Woo. Hey, everybody.
Hi.
So nice to be here with you this evening.
Wait a second.
Okay.
We have a special guest now on this 100th show, and her name is Raquel Raines, and she's going to be doing a song that Fred Coscia wrote, and it's called You Song. You Song. You Staten Island. You. And this is a great song. Without further ado, Raquel Raines, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's do this, Fred.
Yeah.
Fred's original song. It's called You.
You
ladies and gentlemen. That was great.
Thank you. I was just so ready to go.
All right, awesome. So now, right now, we have a news break. It's the Faker News. If they had that
Faker
rolling
News?
with the Faker News and
Get
Kevin
out. More
Kumquat.
fake news?
Yeah, Faker News. It's a
Wow.
Faker News brief. And a lot of the jokes were from one of our comedians, Tom Padovano. But if we had that
Just in
Faker
time
News
for the
clip-
midterms.
Hi, I'm Kevin Kumquat, and this is a Faker News brief. Some people on Staten Island are complaining about their garbage man. They said he was trash talking. A worker at the clock factory retired. He said he served his time. 2 people were rescued at the chocolate factory after they fell into a tank of chocolate. Their condition is listed as extra chunky. People on Staten Island are switching from checkers to chess. They say it is a game changer. This just in. A candle shop is selling a candle for $569. They said it is only for people who have money to burn. This has been a Fake News Brief. I'm Kevin Kumquat. Now back to the Staten Island Comedy Show.
Kevin Kumquat, yeah! Right.
Kevin comes out of nowhere in cyberspace.
Yeah,
you know?
Kevin Kumquat goes everywhere.
But our next comedian is Wait.
Thank you. Great singing.
Oh, thank you
Yeah,
very
that's
much.
I'm kidding.
Just, you look beautiful this evening.
Thank you.
Elaine, where are you from?
I'm from Elma, New York, down the block from Belmont Racetrack.
Wow, giddy up, horsey.
Ooh.
I'm
Now, how long have you
cowboy.
been doing comedy?
Well, I started in the 80s, which means one thing, I'm very old. I stopped for a while and then I went back.
What advice can you give up and coming comedians?
To write your own material and to see the funny in everything. Look at a humorous view of everything that happens. Just be sarcastic and see things as an opportunity to make a joke. That's what I do. And rant, like if you're waiting at the supermarket online and you're angry at the person for doing something stupid, just rant about it that night on Zoom on comedy.
That's an excellent answer.
Thank you for
Very
liking
good.
it.
Yeah. No, that's
See,
good.
I'm being
No,
sarcastic.
That's exactly the best comedians in the world. That's what they do.
Thank you. You want to sit here kidding?
Yeah. Well,
So what's your favorite comedy TV show? Besides this one.
Yeah, you know what? I liked when Joan Rivers had some shows right before she passed away. She had like 3 shows. She had Fashion Police. She had her daughter in her daughter's basement. She interviewed people, and then she had something else. I forget now. How do you like that?
you went up the creek without a paddle. Get it? Wait a minute. Went up the creek without a paddle.
I don't smoke pot, but I forgot because, like I said, I'm getting older.
Where can they find you, on Facebook and stuff?
Yeah, I have 2 Facebooks. One's for friends who
You
used
get-
to know me as Helene Weisswit, and then I have Helene Witt.
Hey, you have 5 minutes for us?
Oh, I'd love that. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
I'll play the
How
drum
about that?
for this since he tried to be funny. Is this thing on? Okay, well, you might be looking at me wondering, is that the love child of Barry Manilow and Dr. Ruth? I can't be. I'm almost Barry Manilow's age. You know, I turned 69 just a few years ago, and I was blowing out my candles, and I made my wish for 69. It's been a long pandemic, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
It's been a long pandemic. The only person who came into my apartment during 2 years was the plumber because I needed my pipes cleaned out. Is this a clean show?
Pipe cleaned
It
out.
is?
That's clean enough.
Oh. That's funny to me. I mentioned Joan Rivers because I wrote some jokes for Joan Rivers in the 80s, and she told some of them on the Late Show with Johnny Carson. I'm very proud of that. But I'm going to tell you one of the jokes and tell you what happened as part of my routine. So it was Income Tax Day, 1984, and she comes on the stage and says, my accountant's dancing around the office singing, let's get fiscal, fiscal, like fiscal year. And nobody laughed, just like that. The joke bombed. The joke I wrote bombed. So then she said it again, let's get fiscal, fiscal. And again, nobody laughed. Then she said it for the third time, let's get fiscal, fiscal. That was going to be my big joke. So my joke bombed on the Johnny Carson show 3 times. That was my big joke. And there was another joke, I'll tell you the other one then. In Los Angeles, every marriage ends in divorce, so I put my money in the Infidelity Savings Bank. But I'm getting older. I used to be a school teacher in New York City. I taught in the toughest school in all of New York. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm on a pension. I don't have to work for the rest of my life. Don't feel too sorry. Your taxpayers' dollars at work, ladies and gentlemen. But I had this boy, Stephen Jefferson, and he used to melt crayons on the radiator. So I brought him back 20 years later for career day because he's the biggest methamphetamine dealer in all of New York.
Yeah.
And it was a tough school. The kids didn't just chew their pencils like we did when we were young. They swallowed the erasers and wash it down with vodka. 2nd grade. I mean, tough kids. Wow, this is a tough crowd, Nevin, I'm telling you. This is going to be on TV. Stephen Jefferson's going to be watching it, sitting on his couch going, why would Miss Witt use my real name? Because I never thought you'd be watching my Netflix special, Stephen Jefferson. Is this the one? Okay. So I'm getting older, like I said, and I try to make jokes about getting older, Raquel. Like, you see these pound signs here? These parentheses here, exclamation points here. I'll just lay down. You can send a text message on me. The cuckoo on my biological clock is wearing depends. You heard of the information age? I'm headed for the inflammation age. Boy, these people need a drink to loosen them up a little. Or maybe I just suck. I don't know. I'm cursing. Am I allowed to curse on your show?
Not that much.
Oh, not that word. Uh-oh. They're gonna cut my set. But I did go to Woodstock. I went to Woodstock 50 years ago, and then I went to the Woodstock they had in Delaware 50 years later. And some things stayed the same and some things were different. Like, we had this Volkswagen bus, and we had a sign on it 50 years ago. It said, don't come a-knockin' if this bus is a-rockin'. And this time, the bus said, don't come a-fussin' if I've had... Don't come a-fussin' till I've had my Robitussin. And, you know, 3 people had babies at the first Woodstock. 3 people lost their dentures at the second Woodstock. Oh, they're starting to laugh. I'm not bombing. Someone's watching this at 4 a.m., right, on a cable TV station going, that one was funny, the rest sucked. I use that word again, Nevin. But, yeah, I'm losing my hair, but I know where it's going. It's going to my knuckles. People say, what's the cure for camel toe? Depends. He's blushing, the cameraman's blushing. I guess I'm getting too dirty. Usually I'm clean. I do senior centers, Nevin. I don't know I'm trying to survive here, that's all. I wore my dead mother's mink coat today because it's Halloween, and I thought I'd get some use out of it. And it reminded me, you know, I had a brother who passed away. That sounds very sad, but the truth is, I'm glad he's not around for, hear me out. I wrote those jokes for Joan Rivers. My brother was with me. I wrote a greeting card. My brother was with me. For all I know, I never wrote these things. Maybe my brother wrote them, but he's not here to defend himself. So, hey, ladies and gentlemen, I wrote them all. Oh, good. My time's almost up. But I was telling you about Woodstock. I'm going back not in good order. This is bad for comedy class, but I'm going back about Woodstock. You know, Mick Jagger was singing at Woodstock at the first one. He sang Satisfaction, nothing wrong. But then when he came back 50 years later, you know, after his heart operation and all, he goes like this. I can't get no And he wants us to sing the rest of the verse. I stood up in front of all those people. I said, Mick Jagger, I paid all this money to walk through the mud to be here. You sing Satisfaction to me. Well, you've been an audience. Thank you very much.
Wow, that was something, Fred.
That was a wild.
Did you go to Woodstock?
No, but I played with somebody from Woodstock.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Tiny Tim.
Wow.
And he was tipping through the tulips. Yeah, Tiny Tim.
Wow.
Yeah, he was the flower child of the '60s.
Wow.
Yeah, that was
Wow.
a big hit song. Tiptoe Through the
Yeah,
Tulips.
yeah, no,
You
it's
guys know,
awesome.
right?
And he had stage fright too, didn't he, one time?
Oh, he had stage fright a lot. I used to have to pick him up and bring him to the stage.